impact and being a boss. You can't say that unless
I went to their website and I was blown away by some of the facts that I found on the website. One was Eureka. Is actually she was the first and only African American female officer in the city of Falls Church Police Department.
Wow, that's a wow. You go, girl.
I'm honored to be on your show today and to be able to share my story. I don't take it lightly at all, and I.
Okay. And I'm gonna start off by putting out. I'm not good at stuff. I'm not good at talking about me. I can talk about a whole bunch of other stuff.
I know. I was about to say, let them think their phone, their screen froze.
Live. Oh my God.
Yes, we're live.
We're live, guys. We're live.
We're waiting for everybody to get on. I'm gonna say it's Angie and Rennee.
It's Angie and Rennee, but not Rennee.
It is Angie and Rennee. Oh my God. It's Angie and Rennee, but we have a special guest, LaShawna.
Hey. I'm so used to being quiet.
I know.
I was like, do I speak or do I not?
hey Facebook,
Hey Instagram.
hey Facebook.
Hey, Facebook, it's Angie and Rennee.
You are not Rennee. Even during this time, God, we pray for favor because we know that you are able to do it. And He was with him. He pushed him in a stroller while he was running. He had him in a boat while he was swimming.
Amazing. They let me feel comfortable in speaking, and I'm so grateful for this platform.
Hey, everybody. It's Angie.
Rennee.
And we are here to talk about it.
We are here to talk about it. I was over here cracking up looking at the clips.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, such a long way that we've come. I had no hair. It was about like 50 zillion different colors. It was I was like, we need an updated intro, but I don't know. It's so funny. You would think that was the first time that I've ever seen it, right? I was cracking up. Like, we have a good time.
Over here cracking up between LaShawna said, it's Angie and Rennee. She's like, you are not Rennee. We
know. But then also, like, looking at some of our past guests, I totally forgot about Calvin and Tanisa.
Yes.
Like that, and that was such a good show. Like,
that was a good show. We need to have them. We do. We need to have them. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hey Miko.
Hey Miko.
We are really going to talk about. We got some stuff today. We do.
Yes.
We're talking about Mother's Day, and I actually have a fun fact to share about Mother's Day. We found out that Mother's Day became a national holiday in the U.S. in 1914. Because Woodrow Wilson proclaimed the second Sunday in May, Mother's Day, as a public expression of love and reverence to his mother, who passed in 1905.
Wow. Yeah.
Isn't it a long time for a holiday to keep going? Tradition?
Well, it is, but I
Yeah.
mean, I guess that just goes to show mothers ain't going nowhere.
Oh my
That's
God.
one thing. Listen, they can try to get rid of a whole bunch of things. They can say this doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, but mothers matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Mothers
agree.
matter. Yeah. But I think that was a wonderful thing for him to do in honor of his mom. They
Definitely.
must have had a really dynamic relationship
Yes.
for him to do that. But that also goes to show that, you know, when you have that power, use it correctly,
Yeah, man.
right?
Mhm.
Use it right.
Oh,
So,
yes.
um, yes, use it right.
Yes,
Use it
indeed.
right. So it wasn't, and although that is a testament of turning your pain into purpose,
Yes, it is.
because that was, you know, something that must have been very painful for him. And then he turned around so that it would be, you know, so that everybody would honor their mother. And it brings a lot of people joy. And I know that sometimes, you know, women who may not be a biological mother, you know, sometimes it makes them sad for those who yearn to be a mom.
Mhm.
But I do say this to all of you who are not biological mothers. We see you and we appreciate you. You have stepped in to be godmothers, your aunties, you know, your friends, your mentors. And so, although you may not be a biological mother,
Yeah.
you matter and you bring so much to the world. And without you, we don't know what we would do.
Yeah, I
So we
agree.
acknowledge you.
Yes, we
Yes.
do. Yes, we do.
Yes.
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 And I know Tamiko is watching. She is an excellent um example of a godmother who is,
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, yes. So Tamiko, you get your flowers today, even though I know you get them. But
Yes.
just an excellent example of stepping in and really living up to that role as a godmother. And you too, Angie.
Well,
Um,
you know, I'll be trying.
godmother. Yeah, yeah, mother and godmother.
Yes.
So
Yes.
definitely.
Well, thank you. Yes. Shout out to Miko because she be doing it. I'm like, I want to be her goddaughter. I want to be your goddaughter. Can you be my godmother? Look. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we were talking about the history, and then we looked up because we know like flowers are a big thing on Mother's Day as well.
Mhm.
And so we know that the different flowers symbolize different things. So it is saying here that pink carnations, they symbolize love, gratitude, and appreciation for living mothers. Red carnations, they represent admiration and respect for living mothers.
Hmm.
White carnations symbolize purity, remembrance, and are often worn in memory of deceased mothers. And
Ah,
then, huh?
the white
Yeah.
carnation. Yeah, and this is something I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then also with roses, the red roses represent love and passion. Pink symbolize gratitude, appreciation, and admiration. And then white represent purity and innocence. So yes. So make sure that when you're getting those flowers that
You getting the right
you
color.
are getting the right color.
So for someone
So
whose mother is still alive, what color do they wear, Angie?
so for the moms that are still alive,
Uh-huh.
it would be either pink or red. So pink symbolizes love, gratitude, and appreciation. And then that's pink. And then red is for admiration and respect.
Love that. Okay.
Hmm. Yes, yes,
Fun
yes.
fact,
So
fun fact, fun fact.
just some fun facts. Just some fun facts. Yeah. So
Yes.
all right,
Which
well then let's get to the nitty gritty. So I'm gonna ask you first, Renee.
Oh God.
Because no, I know for a long time, like people out here in the world. Renee and I used to have this, we had some very heated fellowship, right? About Mother's Day. Um, because and I'm telling it, Renee, for a
That's fine.
long time, yeah, for many years, she did not celebrate Mother's Day.
Mm.
And I will let you continue from there. So tell us why you did not.
Um, I, I didn't celebrate Mother's Day because my mother was not here. And I realized that that was my way of not dealing with the hurt and the grief.
Mhm,
Just saying, I'm not celebrating Mother's Day. My mother's not here. And I would shut it down because I did that meant it meant that I had to deal with it and realize that she's not here, but I can honor her.
mhm,
And it wasn't something easy to get over. It took me almost 15 years to really let
mhm.
that stronghold go and
Right.
realize she's not here, but she left memories for me to celebrate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what changed your mind?
Angie was really like, she's every year, she said, you are robbing your kids of the ability to celebrate Mother's Day. And I'm just like, well, I'm here, but I don't want to celebrate. And it wasn't until about 5 years ago was when I really had a breakthrough where I actually went to the cemetery because for a long
Mhm,
time I refused to go to the cemetery. In that moment, walking up the hill to her tombstone, I realized that she's not here. But I know that I was reminded that my mom celebrated everything, every occasion, birthdays, holidays. I mean, she celebrated big. And it was that
right.
moment of me going back to see her grave and putting flowers there that I realized that I gave her flowers like before she passed. And I
Mhm,
need to be able to, I need to still celebrate her and not try to shut it down and make it dark. So it was
mhm.
that moment that it broke for me, and I realized what you were saying that I was wrong. I
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I was I was very proud of you for that, for realizing that
yeah,
and then taking ownership and then moving past it. I can only speak up from a place of empathy,
yeah,
um, because, whoa, because I love you. Look, my thing falling down because I love you so much, right?
yeah,
And only want, the best for you and for your kids.
yeah,
And so I was just really happy that you were able to get that breakthrough. And honestly, I could see that it made a really big difference in your life, period. Not
yeah,
just for that moment, but period. It
mhm,
was something that was heavy
yeah,
that, you were kind of like holding on to.
yeah.
Um, So so share with us like some of the ways that you celebrate your mom.
I celebrate her by now. Often I find myself thinking about her. Before I would try to shut it out, but I find
Mhm,
myself doing that. I talk about her like during interviews and stuff. I talk about her. I try to talk about her more.
mhm,
But I can honestly say something that she said before she passed.
mhm.
Um, she said, "You're going to say my mother told me a many a day." And now she did. She said, "You're going to say that a many a day." And I looked, I was
Right.
like, I'm not going to say anything. I don't know what you're talking about. But now I can appreciate, I have a greater appreciation for the many things that she said, the lessons. She was hard on me, but I can appreciate it now. And now I
Mhm.
find myself saying, well, my mom taught me that. Like my mom said that. And I
Right.
find myself laughing sometimes because I'm like trying to keep her memory alive, but I do. And I honor her in every opportunity that I get. I honor her for this posting her
Yeah.
picture saying I appreciate you, mom, or letting people know like I had a good mom, and I did. I really did.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, 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 Auntie Terry. Yes.
Terry did not play.
And you know, it's something because I didn't have the opportunity to personally meet your mother,
Yeah.
but I've met your mother through your family.
Oh.
So because I mean, like, I feel like just in you all talking about her, sometimes like some of the ways that you know that you all deal with one another and how you're acting or whatever. But I feel like I've known her personally. So so
Blessed.
continue to keep doing what you're doing. So keep
Yeah.
doing what y'all are doing, you know, and honor your mom. So
Yeah. And people don't realize too, another way we honor her, literally 3 days before she passed, she looked at me, Robin, and Sharita. We were in the kitchen. We were arguing. And she said, the three of you, and I lie to you not, she said, the three of you do not get along and stick together. She said, I'm going to come back and haunt y'all. And I was like, well, I don't believe in ghosts, but you're not haunting me. But she was so serious. She said, because all you have is each other. And
That's
she
right.
said, the three of you better stick together. And people don't understand that we're as close as we are because our mom put that in us. And
Yes.
she made sure, and she said it, when I close my eyes, you will not have anybody but the three of you. And
That's
literally,
right.
when she closed her eyes to this day, 20 years later, it's us and our children and our one aunt that we have. And that was a foundation that she laid for us, was to stick together like family. And, you know, we do our best. We argue like every family, but
Right, right.
she was the glue, and that's what she did, wanted us to stick together.
Right. Yes, 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 yes. Auntie Bay.
Yeah.
I miss Auntie Bay.
Yes. Yes.
I
So
love her.
Angie, what about you? What foundation, because I know, and many may not know, but Angie lost grandma, and
Yes.
they used to always, they took a picture 2 years ago, and I'm blown away because it was 5 generations in one picture. It was the great grandma, no, oh my gosh, great great
The
grandmother,
great,
right?
great.
Yes, great great
Yes.
grandmother, great grandmother, grandmother, and then did we skip a
Sam. No, we did
no,
it because it was grandma,
yes,
my mom,
yes,
me,
yes.
Sam,
Your daughter,
Kenzie.
your
Yeah.
granddaughter. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because all of us had girls first. So my grandmother, she had 5 children,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom is her oldest. And then my mom had me. I'm my mom's only kid. So I'm the oldest and the youngest and the middle. Some days I act like it's about 10 of us. But and then my daughter, she's my oldest. I had a girl, and then
She
Samantha, my daughter, she
first.
had her oldest is a girl. So yeah, that was really, I mean, that was truly a blessing.
Yeah.
And so yes, my grandmother, she has you know, transitioned on to glory. She 1111. And it was something to me because all of my both of my grandparents, so my grandfather, my grandmother, and her daughters and their daughters are all born on the 11th of different months. So yeah, so
Know
grandpa
that.
was February 11th, grandma was August 11th, my mom is September 11th, my auntie Chris was 10/11, and auntie Sini is June 11th, and my grandmother passed 11/11, November 11th.
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that.
Yep. Yep. So, but okay, so back to, we're not talking about birthdays, we're talking about Mother's Day. So, uh, my grandmother was actually, she was like the glue. She was definitely the glue. Her, my grandparents, they really set a strong foundation
Yeah.
um, for us all. My mother was young when she had me, and she was 18. And so she had just graduated from high school. Actually, I I think she walked across the stage with me, but however, whatever. She was still at home. She was young. So she was 17, 18 when she had me. And so although that they say, my mother, they told her all the time, okay, well, you carried her, but she belongs to all of us. She's not just your baby.
Oh,
So, I was very, very close with my grandmother. I was her oldest grandchild and her only granddaughter. And so we spent a lot of time together. So she really set the foundation. Um, like I said, it's anybody who came around, she would feed them, she would love them. I
yeah,
had so many uncles and aunts that were not blood related. We're a big family anyway.
yes,
Have
you
Yeah, but and then so that trickled down to my mom. And although, in my younger years, we didn't have such a really good relationship. I was uh, I was dealing with a lot of things within myself, which
yeah.
I then took it out on my mom. My mom, she was dealing with her own things,
Mhm.
and so we just, for a long time, we just could not get along. It was a point in time, and a lot of people don't even realize it now, but there was a point in time that me and my mom, we couldn't even be in the same room without an argument breaking out. And so I am just grateful to God that we were able to mend that relationship
Yeah,
and really get past all of that, the past hurts and the trauma and all of that. Um, but, we have found ourselves back together.
yes,
Um, and really, I love her so very much and I appreciate her because she loves,
yes, she
right?
does.
Yes, and she will literally like give you the shirt off of her back.
Yes, she would.
Um, and so yeah, I'm very grateful that God blessed me with a mom who never gave up on me. Um, you know, not everybody knows my story, but when I was lost, I was gone. I used to run away from home a lot. I was running to try to find something, but only found foolery. Let's say that. And but my mom, she never gave up on me. She never stopped looking for me. She never, you know, um, turned her back on me. Whenever I came home, she welcomed me with open arms. And so I'm very
Yeah,
grateful for that. She has literally taught me resilience.
yeah,
She has taught me that no matter how dark it looks, that there is light and you can overcome.
yes.
So just stick to it and never give up. So, yep.
Oh
So,
gosh, our stories are
hmm
so, our testimonies are so similar. When you were talking about how your mom never gave up on you during that
hmm
dark period, um, that right there, I feel like that is a mother's strength. Not
hmm
every mother, but that's some mother's strength. Um, so her not giving up on you, has that, you feel like that has helped you honor her and celebrate her on Mother's Day?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Because it just, like I said, it reminds me all the time, like I want to celebrate her. And
Yes.
as I've gotten older, we have more deeper conversations and just really listening to her and her being able to finally be comfortable enough to share her story of the things, and then it kind of makes you say, okay, now I understand,
Yeah.
right? Because sometimes it's like you see how people move, how they react to certain things, and you're like, what is wrong with them? Or why do they? But just in talking to her, um I understand her a lot more, and I'm grateful for that. That she feels comfortable enough to be able to get that off of her.
Yeah.
It was a few years ago that I was me and Tamia were talking, my youngest daughter, and we were talking, and she said, for a long time I was angry with you. She said, but it was one day that I recognized
Hmm.
that you're a human being. You're more than just a mom. I see you as a person, and that has helped me to be able to understand you more. And for in raising my children, there were certain things that I did shelter them from when they were younger. I didn't want them to see the struggle. I didn't want them to see stuff. And at the same time, so there were certain things that I sheltered them from. But then um, there was a point in my life that I allowed them to see too much.
Yeah.
Right. So there wasn't that fine balance. It was
Yeah.
like, nope, I don't want you to see this. But then they saw me go through a lot.
Yeah.
And then not really talking to them and helping them to understand what it is that they're seeing, or understanding why their mom is reacting to certain things the way that she is.
Yeah.
When your what do they say, when your mind, uh Sam, who's in our marriage ministry, he says this often: when your mind wanders, it's generally going to wander the wrong way.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
And so
Yeah.
it's important to be able to share certain things with those who are around you. And I think that it is very helpful to be able to share certain things with your children. Not saying that you have to be explicit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everything in its due time, in its
Yeah.
due season, and how they're going to be able to receive it at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to move in wisdom, and make good judgment calls, and exactly how much and what and when and how we're going to share certain things. But it is for us, for each generation should be getting better.
Yeah.
Right. So
I
yep.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And you were talking, I love the part where you were saying, I'm back on this. She didn't give up on you, your mom. And that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing that I hold so dear when I'm honoring my mom. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of things I put myself through being young and not knowing,
Oh
but
yeah.
knew everything.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I knew is that Terry was going to, if I picked up that phone, she was going to make sure I
Right.
had food. She brought food. Um,
Right.
if I was going through, different things like my graduation,
Mm-hmm.
my mom was there for my
Right.
graduation. Unfortunately, I shared in my book, but my father didn't show up. He was mad
Right.
because I got pregnant. But my mom did not give up on me, even when I got pregnant. And I'll say about 3 months before she passed, I was helping her. She was really sick. And
Mm-hmm.
she was getting in the bed. And for a long time, I didn't say I love you to her. I was just so angry. But
Mm-hmm.
helping her during that time where she was sick, I looked at her and I said, Mom, I love you so much. And she just started
Mm-hmm.
um
Oh.
and she hugged me and I hugged her. But that was something that was I would say about 5 years, I didn't want to talk to her. I didn't want to say I love you, but that was healing for me, helping her during that time of her getting sick. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to say to anybody that if you have your mother still, don't let it get to the point where she's sick. Like for me, that I had to really understand and value her. And I assumed that I had more time with her, and I did not.
That's
Um,
right.
I'm like, and I share that too, how the last night I saw her alive, I heard God speak to me. And for the first time, and he said, Go tell her you love her. And I said, No, I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. Literally, that was midnight. At 5 a.m., I got a phone call from my grandmother, and she said, Get up to the hospital. And my mom had coded. And all I could
Wow.
think about in my head was God telling me, Go tell her that you love her. And I
Mm-hmm.
automatically assumed I had tomorrow. So I
Right.
share with people all the time that tomorrow's not promised to us. And I found that
Mm-hmm.
out the hard way. I
That's
did.
right.
Yeah. So let your mother know that you love her, you appreciate her, because literally you only get one mother. And I,
Yes.
like I said, when she said that to me when she was alive, I was just like, yeah, okay. I assumed all these great people was going to step in. nobody stepped in to fill those shoes
Nobody.
except for my
That's
aunt.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
nobody.
That's right. That's right. Tamika, we love to hear it. We know Sister Alberta, she is awesome sauce. Like she's just full of joy all the time. Every
Yeah,
time I think about her, I be thinking about ain't no party like a Holy Ghost party because the Holy Ghost party don't stop. That is her thing. So
yes,
share with us, like everybody, share with us like some ways that you honor your mom. Like, what are
yes.
some traditions that you may have for Mother's Day, or how do you honor your mom on those days? I know that for us, we generally have dinner.
Hmm.
It's on a Sunday, so we go to church. There were times like if my grandmother or my mom requested for me to come to their church when we weren't going to church together, then I would do that unless we were having something big at my church. Um, but I would go and do that for them.
Yeah,
Spend that time with them. I think it's important to fellowship together. But we would have dinner and either cook dinner at home or go out and do some things. So that's one big thing. Um, yeah.
yeah. And you notice, our pastor always joked, but he said, Mother's Day, you can never get in a restaurant. Father's Day, you can go anywhere and just pop in. That
Yes.
it is true. It is true. You gotta make reservations for Mother's Day.
Yes, you
But
do.
it just goes to show the importance of a mother.
Mhm.
That I don't care what's going on, as you can see in the world, people are going to stop and honor their mothers. Whether
Yes.
they're living, they transition, they're going to celebrate them. So it's a blessing to see that going, in America. It's a blessing.
It is. Okay, so talking about that, let's
Yes.
talk let's talk about it.
Okay.
So I have a question, and
Okay.
I would love to for others to chime in as well. I have a question.
Okay.
So, Mother's Day. If you are in a relationship, a serious committed relationship, or you're married, um, should the spouse, should the husband, is it for him? Is Mother's Day for the spouse, or is Mother's Day for his mom?
So Angie is asking, is Mother's Day for the spouse, or is Mother's Day for the other person's mother, for their
Mhm.
mother? Yeah.
Yeah, for the husband's mom.
Yeah. I, I think that's a tough question. The Bible says to honor your mother and father. Yes, we are, but it also says to leave your mother and cleave to your wife. So
Okay.
I definitely feel like that should be a 2-in-1 celebration.
Mm.
Where you honor your mother and celebrate her, you honor your wife and you celebrate them. So
Mm.
I think it should be both, or split half and half. Let's go to lunch with your mother, celebrate her. We plan something in the evening, dinner for us.
Well, what if the mother's in a different? I'm making this real difficult. What if the mother's in a different state?
The mother's in a different state. Hey, we can make plans to travel every other year to celebrate in person. I wouldn't.
Right.
I think that would be fair. Yeah, if they're in a
Okay.
different state. Yeah,
So okay. So
I think that
here's
would be fair.
okay. So here's my take on it. Is I feel like if we're married and we have young children, I do
Yeah,
think that it is for the husband to help the kids to honor their mom. Right. So
I
if we have
definitely agree
young
with that.
children, yeah, we have
Yeah.
young children, then dad step in, husband step in to help the kids to celebrate the mom.
Definitely.
As they get older, now, if you have older children where they can do things on their own,
Yeah.
I think that, and I'm not saying that even with the younger children, that husband is not to do something special for his mom. So, like you
Yeah.
said, you can incorporate it, bring
Mhm.
your mom over. The same thing, wife, bring your mom over. Let's see if we can do stuff together as if everybody gets along. Hopefully they do. Just pray. Right. Um, Now, as they get older, I think that the husband, he can go and celebrate his mom. Maybe she wants to go to a movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or just do something that maybe you don't want to do. But this is your time for your children to honor you. So I
Definitely.
think that and I think that
Depends on the
I
person.
don't think that it depends on the person, because some people make it way too deep.
Yes,
I don't think that it's right that um a spouse should make you feel bad for loving on your parent,
I agree.
even though you're married. Um yes, I do agree, leave and cleave. So
Yeah,
wife is number one, husband's number one. But don't make your spouse feel bad for loving on their parent.
I agree.
So,
I
mhm.
agree. I love
Yeah.
Tamiko said, I honor my mom every day, but on Mother's Day, I will cook dinner, get seafood, and make a cake for her. She doesn't like going out to eat on Mother's Day. I don't blame her, it's too crowded. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I love that. I guess I love seafood. Seafood and Benadryl. Yes.
I was gonna say bring the Benadryl. She's supposed to have seafood, y'all.
I know. I know.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Baking a cake. I
Yeah, I
like
would buy
I like
one.
cake, Miko.
I would buy one.
Would you say? Yeah, I'm not allowed now. I'm not allowed to bake. I've been
Me neither.
banned from baking.
I ban
Yeah.
myself.
The kids banned me. I tried to make some cookies. They were already pre-cut and they came out hard as rocks. And they were
Hold up.
like, no more.
How? How
I,
you do that?
I probably cooked them too long. Yeah. You
Yeah.
you walk away and forget and you be like, oh shoot. Yeah, I usually burn the rice too. So
Yeah, I can't cook
it
rice.
yeah, you gotta stand there and watch it. And I usually don't. I be like, oh no, I burnt the rice again. Just eat it off the top. Just eat it off the
Oh,
top.
yeah. We're gonna work on you. We're gonna work on you.
And look, and bad thing is that I need to stop being too lazy and pull out the rice cooker. I mean, I have one of those. So
Yeah, we have a rice cooker. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well,
ah,
I have a question.
okay, I'll try to
So,
have an answer. Mhm.
um, if two people are married,
Okay,
should they honor each other on Mother's Day and Father's Day if they do not have children together?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say yes. I don't. I would say yes. That they. I would. I would say. Okay, wait. Back up. Let's ask some more clarifying questions.
Okay.
Um, do the children live in the home?
The children, yes.
Okay, they
One
live in the
child is
home.
living out.
Okay, and so which means that both the husband and the wife, although it's not the mother and the father, husband and the wife both contribute to this child.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Tamiko said no.
She said no.
So, mhm. So I would say that it is I would say yes, it's a nice gesture because even if the children are not their biological children,
Hmm.
they're there, and if the children are in the home, both people are contributing to the welfare of this child.
Yeah.
And even if the children are not in the home, um, if there's a crappy parent, no, shouldn't be with them anyway. But anyway, let me keep talking about whatever. But
Yeah.
I would say it's a nice gesture. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I asked that question because I had this conversation a couple years ago with an individual, and she was saying that she didn't feel like she should be celebrated by her spouse and vice versa. And he got her something for Mother's Day and she made him take it back because she said that she wasn't the mother of his children and he's not her kid's father. So they shouldn't be celebrating each other for that. And I felt like I said, I don't agree with that. And she tried to beat me down. You don't know. I said, no, I don't agree with that. When you two married each other, regardless,
right.
he accepted your children, you accepted his children. So he's honoring you and you should let him honor you and vice versa.
Yes.
And she did not see where I was coming from, that she just saw that in her head. And I feel like that's something that, to me, I feel like she was, like you told me, I was robbing my kids. I feel like she was robbing him of the opportunity to honor and celebrate her on Mother's Day. Which
I think that I agree. I think that they should celebrate one another. It is saying that I see you, I recognize you, I honor you for the great job that you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, not okay, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I see the great job that you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I don't like to say stepmom, stepfather. It's, other mother, other father. Like, if you're there and you're contributing to the welfare of these children, like, no, they're not your biological kids, and they don't have to do anything. But like you said, when you marry me, you marry all of me,
And
which
that
includes them.
Yeah.
And all the people in my family, each and every one of them. To a certain degree,
Yeah, but I definitely agree. And
bonus mom, yes.
Who said that?
Lashana. Yeah, bonus mom. That's it.
I like
bonus
that.
mom.
Yeah.
A
And
bonus mom,
bonus
if you're
parents
playing
should
a
be
role.
celebrated too, though, and honored on Mother's Day.
Of course.
Yeah, they should be celebrated too on
Of
Mother's Day.
course. Right. And like she said, if you're playing that role, I come to your games, I come to your school recitals. I I feed you. I do all the things. I'm a bonus mom.
Yeah, should be celebrated. Definitely should be celebrated. So what else you got? We talked about celebrating. We talked about how Mother's Day started. We talked about honoring your mother here, and if they're not here, they transitioned.
Right. What do you want for Mother's Day?
I want to be sitting on an island somewhere. I do.
Okay.
I do. I want to be sitting on an island somewhere. Yeah. But this Mother's Day, I actually plan I'm going to do lunch. And I am going to the I'm going to go see my mom's gravesite this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Awesome.
You?
Yeah. I would just like to spend some quality time with my children. That's it. Even if we just come over, they come over, have dinner, whether it's I cook or or they cook or whoever cooks or we order or whatever. But just to be in the company of them, that's all.
Wow. That's a blessing. That is truly a blessing to do that this year, 2025. It is.
I know. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Share about our, especially we made it 2 weeks ago, but you want to share our announcement?
Yes. Oh my gosh. We need to post. Oh, I should have put it. Okay. Next time we're going to have a flyer up and ready.
Oh, yes.
For y'all. I have to send, we got to share
I think I have it. Go ahead. You talk and I'll look. I think I have it.
Okay. So Angie and Rennee coming live to you in September. So actually, we are doing a symposium. It is called Beauty for Ashes. And this is a time of reflection, a time of healing, a time of, coming together with like minded people who want to go higher. Right. And in order, when you have a hot air balloon or balloon period, you have to let go of the weight for it to go up. So this is what we are here, what we're going to be doing during that time. I'm so excited about it because Evangelist Rennee, she will be speaking. She has a session that I'm so excited to hear about. I have some words to share. And then we're also going to have the dynamic Dr. Carmen Gray. And she is a powerhouse not to reckon with. Like, I'm excited for that. So coming to you in September. It is live on Eventbrite. Lashana, I promise you, I'm going to get you that link. And so you will be able to see it on our Instagram page, our Facebook page, our personal pages. It'll be all over the place. And we hope to see you there. It is very affordable. We're going to make sure that we feed you, not just naturally, but spiritually as well. So I hope that you are able to come on in the room.
I'm trying to find the link. I know you sent it to me because you said that you posted it, that we went live. So I'm trying to find it. I thought I should have pulled it up.
Oh, the Eventbrite link.
Yeah.
Girl, I'd be scared to do anything else.
Because we want to make sure, that people that you can register, and we have some other things that may be going on Friday as well. So we just want to make sure. I got it.
You got it? Okay, good. Because I don't know. What's my password?
I don't have it.
Oh, goodness. I don't know what my password is.
So definitely get your tickets. It's going to be worth it. You will really enjoy yourself. Invest in your own growth. I like that. I think this is it.
You found it?
Oh, Tamiko didn't post it.
Tamiko found the link? Oh, well, good, because I can't find it. That's terrible.
I know. Yes. So the link is there. Eventbrite for our symposium in September. Register early. We're giving you enough time. Again, like Angie said, you're going to be fed. We're going to have a good time. And I love the fact that all three of us are going to come in our own way, unique way. And it's definitely going to be something that I know everyone will grow and benefit and definitely pull something from it.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh,
yes. Yep.
That's what I sent her. Tamiko, don't get me. I don't know if that's right. Is that right?
I don't know. That don't look right.
That don't look right.
Hold on. That don't look right.
Tamiko, I'm gonna send you the right link. I don't know what that is. I probably sent it like 3 a.m. Yeah, I probably did. But yes. So all right, Tamiko. She keeps saying that's what I sent her. Stop saying that. Stop saying that.
Stop saying that.
I just emailed you the right Eventbrite.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I'm just really excited. And it's going to be interactive. So it's not going to be like we're sitting there talking to you. We're going to be engaging, just really excited about what's coming. Excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was told I'm going to have inspiring moments.
Yes, yes, you are.
You're welcome. My inspiring moment was actually inspired literally by my ring light that I have here with tape on it. My ring light. I was looking at it and it's a circle, and I was reminded as a child how I loved the merry-go-round. And it wasn't until one day I was going on a merry-go-round on a playground, and was it me or Robin? One of us got hurt on the merry-go-round. I think it was Robin, and she was hurt so bad that she had a deep cut on her leg, and she never got back on. She was like, "This is it. I'm getting off. That's enough." And I was reminded how even as an adult, we have to decide to get off the merry-go-round, and we have to decide to stop going around and around in a circle. And how it wasn't until she was hurt enough that she decided, I'm getting off this thing and I'm not getting back on. And I was reminded how it's time to get off the merry-go-round. You know, sometimes we'll get hurt and we'll just keep going and keep going. But it's time to get off. It's time to recognize you were hurt, and it's time to heal and decide that I'm not going around in that circle again. I'm not. And when you realize the merry-go-round, I'm thinking as a child, I really thought that was fun to keep going in a circle really fast and just stop and get off. It's time to get off the merry-go-round. It is. It really is.
My.
Yeah.
Get off the merry-go-round and heal.
Yes.
Yes, honey. Yes. I agree. My God.
So,
okay.
Yes. So thank you all for watching. Angie, what you got?
What?
You got anything before we close?
I love y'all. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Just real. I love y'all. See y'all in 2 weeks. All right, we love you. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you all for watching, supporting. If you're watching a replay, we'll be back in 2 weeks. And thank you for supporting.